Good morning. It is week 3, day 4. It is Wednesday today. And so yesterday was a bit of a more challenging day and discouraging as well. But a lot of slammed doors in my faces, some people shouting. But one of the things my leader said was just make sure to let them know that you're a Christian student. And so just so you know, we're Christian students doing something positive in the area. I try to get that in there, and then at least so they know that who they're rejecting. This isn't just some solicitor at the door, and if they still reject you, then that's on them. And so I just have to keep in mind that rejection, that they're not rejecting me, but they're rejecting my message and who I represent. But for in terms of other stories, I was in businesses in the morning, and so I got kicked out of a lot of them real quick. And then so I went to this Union Bank, and then I noticed that most of them were Japanese, and then so I got to talk to the branch manager, and I was like, "Ah, Nihonjin desu ka? Doko ni sundemashita ka?" And they were just like, "Oh, you're Japanese. Where did you live?" And then so just a little bit of a conversation, and then so he said, "Oh, I have to vet your material." And so I showed him the material. I showed him we just learned how to present sets. And so I showed him the different sets, like, oh, this is our kid set, this is our health set, this is our devotional set, blah, blah, blah. And then so he was like, oh, this is really interesting. I really like health. I have like a 4-year-old daughter. And then so he was sharing, and then we were connecting. I told him I was gonna go to Waseda University in the spring, and then so we were connecting a little bit over that. And he was just talking. So I pre-closed him that we leave these on donation, and then I brought back the health set, and then showed it to him, and then he was like, "Oh, we actually can't do any type of solicitation." And then I was like, "Oh, really?" And then yeah, and then so we so and then I was like, "You sure? You like even just for yourself?" He's like, "Oh, we can't do that, blah blah, whatever." He's like, "But I really wish you the best. Good, keep up the good work, blah blah." And this is what we call a devil's rabbit, which is just time wasters. And it was I was like, well, then why did you say you just needed to vet my stuff? It wasn't that he said I just need to vet your stuff. This material isn't acceptable, but he was really interested in the health stuff. And then it's like, why make me wait, and show that you're really into the health and you can't do anything about it. So it was a bit discouraging. And then same thing, a lot of other shops was like rejecting me, and then there weren't that many people I did get to talk to. I did get to go into this Japanese sweet shop, and then so like they had, oh, the bread smelled so amazing, and then I had a good conversation in Japanese in that shop. One thing I do remember was I was going to this plaza. There's two guys, they just parked and pulled up, and then so I talked to them, and then I noticed one of them had like the little army shirt, the with a logo, go army, whatever. And I asked them, "Oh, are you guys in the army?" And he said, "Oh yeah." I was like, "Oh really? My sister is too. Oh, well, what's your MOS?" And then so we started talking about them, and then I asked if they were scheduled for deployment, and they are in February. And then so initially I showed both of them the habits, and then once we got talking, I was like, "What kind of stuff do you like to read?" I showed one guy The Great Controversy, and then the other one Peace Above the Storm, based off of their answers. And so I was canvassing two people and showing two different books. So, this helps with worry, guilt, and fear. This one follows the path of freedom. And so I was like giving these two canvases, which is, I think my presentation still went well, but neither of them did get the book. But I was able to pray with them and leave them with a glow track and pray specifically for their family. And so I just hope that interaction would lead into the truth. And never know, like the little piece of literature, how powerful it can be in a person's life. I do wish that I had the Hacksaw Ridge one, because that would be more relatable. And then so after that businesses, when in the afternoon, a lot of quick rejection. So in the day, I only got one book out, and that was Peace Above the Storm. So I am glad that it was a spiritual book. And then I did get to talk to a few more military families. And then I got donations, but people weren't interested in the book, and it's kind of heartbreaking because it's like you're giving the money and it can cover the cost of the book, but people just didn't want to take it. And then I only got 4 drop downs out. So in total, like 4 drop downs in one book for a whole day. And so it was a bit discouraging, but just have to keep in mind that it's God that they're rejecting, not me. And yeah, that's it for today. Bye.